Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and seen a strange shadow on your bedroom wall? A humanoid figure, almost as if someone were there, watching you sleep. Most people dismiss it as imagination, but what if it wasn't? Welcome to the channel. I'm your name, and today we're going to explore a mystery that happens in practically every home in the world. The phenomenon of mysterious shadows. Shadows that defy explanation. Shadows that make you question whether you're really alone. If you want to discover the truth behind these everyday paranormal phenomena, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Let's begin. Before we delve into paranormal mysteries, we need to understand a fundamental scientific concept, pareidolia. Pareidolia is the tendency of our brains to recognize familiar patterns, especially faces and humanoid figures, in random objects. That's why you see a face in the moon. That's why a cloud looks like a dragon. And that's why a shadow on the wall can look like a person. Our brains evolved to recognize threats quickly. When we are in a dark and vulnerable environment, like our bedroom at night, this ability intensifies. Any vague shape can be interpreted as a human figure. But here's the problem. Not all shadows can be explained by There are documented reports of shadows that move independently of the light source. Shadows that change shape. Shadows that disappear when you blink. The question remains, where does illusion end and paranormal reality begin? Let's talk about phenomena that can't be easily explained by conventional science. First, humanoid black shadows. There are reports of people describing completely black shadows with a defined humanoid shape appearing in their rooms. Unlike a common shadow, these figures seem to have density, depth. Some people report that these shadows are watching them. Others say they feel an oppressive presence when they appear. One particularly disturbing account comes from a user who described, "I woke up and there was a completely black figure standing next to my bed. It wasn't a normal shadow. It was as if the darkness had a shape. When I turned on the light, it disappeared instantly." Second, independent movement. There is documentation of shadows moving without any change in the light source. Security cameras have captured shadows moving along the wall, turning corners, and they disappear in places where there is no way out. A notable case occurred in London, where a family installed infrared cameras in their bedroom. The recordings show a humanoid shadow that moves slowly along the wall, passes through the closed window, and disappears through the solid wall. Third, the sensation of presence. Many people report that, moments before seeing a shadow, they feel a presence, a coldness in the air, a feeling that they are not alone. Some describe it as if someone were breathing near them. Scientists call this a ghostly presence, a neurological experience, where the brain interprets environmental signals as the presence of another entity. But is it just neurology? Or is our body detecting something that our rational mind refuses to accept? Now let's hear real stories from people who have experienced these phenomena. Stories that challenge our understanding of reality. Account 1. The breathing shadow. My name is fictitious name. 3 years ago, I started seeing a shadow in the corner of my room. At first I thought it was pareidolia, but one night I woke up because I felt extremely cold. The shadow was there, and I swear I could hear breathing. It wasn't my breathing. It was different, deeper. When I turned on the light, it disappeared, but the feeling of its presence remained for hours. Account 2. The shadow that followed. I started noticing that the shadow appeared in different rooms at my house. Bedroom, living room, kitchen, always at the same time, between 2 and 3 in the morning. I installed cameras, but when I watched the recordings, the camera seems to blink at the moments when the shadow should appear. It's as if it knew I was there, who was being watched. Report 3. The night I was alone, my daughter started drawing a black figure in her drawings. Always the same figure. When I asked who it was, she said, "It's the shadow man who stays in my room at night." My daughter was 6 years old. She had no access to paranormal content. How could she possibly draw exactly what I saw? These accounts raise a disturbing question. If multiple people in different locations describe similar experiences, are we dealing with a real and documented phenomenon? Or are these stories spreading through the internet, creating a collective illusion? The truth is, we don't know. And it is precisely this uncertainty that makes the phenomenon so frightening. Let's be honest, conventional science has explanations for most of these phenomena. Explanation 1. Sleep deprivation. When you don't sleep well, your brain enters a state called hypnagogic hallucination. You are awake, but your brain is still partially in dream mode. This can cause visual hallucinations, including humanoid shadows. Explanation 2. Infrasound. Very low sound frequencies, below what the human ear can detect, can cause sensations of presence, inexplicable fear, and even visual hallucinations. Some old buildings naturally produce infrasound. Explanation 3. Electromagnetic fields. Abnormal electromagnetic fields can affect brain activity, causing paranormal experiences. Some researchers suggest that certain environments have EM fields that stimulate the temporal lobe, responsible for mystical experiences. But here's the important detail. These scientific explanations do not completely rule out the possibility of real paranormal phenomena. They only offer alternatives. And until we have conclusive evidence in one direction or another, doubt remains. And it is in this doubt that the mystery lives. So, we return to the original question. Are you really alone in your house? The truth is, we don't know. It could be pareidolia, it could be sleep deprivation, it could be infrasound, or it could be something that science can't yet explain. What we do know is that thousands of people around the world report similar experiences, and these experiences are real for them, regardless of the cause. If you've ever seen strange shadows in your house, felt an inexplicable presence, or have a paranormal story to share, I want to hear it. Leave a comment below describing your experience. What was the scariest shadow you've ever seen? Do you believe it was paranormal, or do you have a rational explanation? Your accounts help build a database of real experiences. Perhaps, together, we can discover the truth. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about paranormal mysteries, supernatural phenomena, and dark facts of everyday life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. New videos are released every week. Thank you for watching. Until the next mystery.